Friday the 13th, the game is coming back, but it may not be in the same form as what you're thinking. Now, for any fans out there that have been super bummed about the way Friday the 13th has played out over the past few years, I'm right there with you. We have basically seen this game die from year to year, knowing that it's dying. And that's maybe been the worst part. Starting in 2018 to 2020 when the servers shut down, no new content. And now at the end of this year, 2023, we know that it'll be delisted on Steam. No digital copies will be sold. And then any physical copies that are left, that'll be it. And then the end of next year, 2024, the servers will be shut down. Now it's peer-to-peer matchmaking, so I don't know how they do that. But either way, we have seen this game slowly die. But this video is to inform you that there is a new Friday the 13th. So if you find any of this interesting, I'd love to hear from y'all after the video. Tell me what you would love to see from this new game. And I'm going to give you my opinion and what we actually know. If you like this type of content, consider subscribing and hit your notifications so you never miss one from me. So how do we know a new game is coming? First of all, Harry Manfredini, who is the original composer of the ILLfonic music and did all of the Friday the 13th and the game, actually confirmed this. Rely on Horror did an interview with him at the yearly Crystal Lake reunion, and that's where he said, hey, they're working on a new game, and he's actually working on it with them. One of the biggest disappointments right off the rip is that Gun nor ILLfonic have anything to do with this game. I think in a recent YouTube comment that I had on a video I just did, it summed up perfectly what Friday the 13th, the 2017 game was. It was literally a love letter to fans. With all the references, the locations, the Jason skins, I mean, they just did a fantastic job. And, I'm sad that they're not going to be a part of this new game. But, just because it's changing doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be a bad experience. Now, one of the small details that he gave away is that it's going to have better looking characters. Kind of comes with the territory, right? If you compare Friday the 13th, the game now, to Texas Chainsaw Massacre, you see there is obviously a huge graphical difference between the two games. So to me, that kind of comes with the territory. But I think the most interesting thing that he said is that it's not going to be like the ILLfonic game. I assume it's not going to be asymmetrical. Now, I kind of hope that I'm wrong, and here's where I'm going with this. I'd love to see another asymmetrical version of Friday the 13th because I thought it was a really awesome experience, and without all the licensing issues, we literally never got to see what this game could have been. It came out, and pretty much the next year, boom, the lawsuits hit, and it stopped the game dead in its tracks. And so personally, I'd love to see that type. Even if they change up, different aspects from the, 2017 game, which they inevitably would, I would love to see another asymmetrical type of game from them. It doesn't necessarily sound like that's the way they're going, though. Okay, so that leaves us with story mode. Obviously, I changed shirts because my first idea sucked, and so I'm redoing it. But obviously, if we're going to do some kind of a story with Friday the 13th and an iconic killer like Jason, to me, it makes sense to split up the playability between counselors and Jason. I would want to play as both, Maybe that's asking for too much. Maybe it'd be kind of weird. I don't know. I figured there would be a way for them to do it, but I wouldn't want it to be like the Corey, where, that game is a playable movie, essentially, with shifting camera angles that just drive me nuts. I wouldn't want that, but I do like the idea of having alternate endings based on decisions you make, but not as obvious as they are in the Corey. For example, Vera and Shelly go to the gas station or the convenience store, and they meet up with the bikers. They have a bad interaction with them. Those bikers come back, steal the gas, and then Chris at the end can't escape in the van because of that interaction. To me, that would be cool. And then, you go through the game, you're playing through it, nothing really seems out of place, but then all these decisions pile up before the final scene, and that's how that particular game that you played through plays out because of all those decisions that you made. I don't know. I thought it might be a cool idea. But regardless of however they do it, I know I'm happy that Jason has come back from the dead once again, and we're finally going to be getting, a TV series, eventually a movie, and a confirmed video game. And so I'd love to hear some of the ideas that y'all have. What would you like to see in a Jason story mode? Would you like to see a asymmetrical game come out? Whatever those ideas may be, let me know down below. If you like what I do, consider subscribing. See y'all in the next one. And as always, hold it down.